Can you woo woo woo? Can you woo woo woo? Y'all, I don't know if I should be singing that or there's a stranger in my house. And apparently there was a stranger in the house for about a year. Oh yeah. We got to talk about some tea that I ran across last night. Now the tea could be lukewarm for those of you guys who have really been knee deep into the Fallon, Porsha, and Simon drama, but this was news to me, so I just felt like I would talk about it today. And then we got an update on Martell versus Maurice. We'll get into that in just a bit. Before we do so, a couple of little housekeeping items, just so you guys know. Listen, y'all. If you really want to travel with me, put your hands where your eyes can see. Listen, we are going to Bali. Yes, the trip details are out. I want you guys to come along with me. This is wellness. This is let's relax and unwind and transform our lives through travel. Oh, yes, let's get into it. Just a couple of the trip details. I did promise you guys I would tell you where we were going and how many days we are going for. It will be 7 days. We're going to be in 2 cities. We have 8 to 24 spots. So I'm going to need you to tap in on this page, baby, and get all the way into it. Simply click the link in the description of this video, scroll down to where it says trip, upcoming trip, Bali with Richie, and you guys can read all about it, okay? So it will be 7 days, 8 to 24 spots. The meals, you will get 6 breakfasts, 2 lunches, and 3 dinners. We have a team of local experience guides and a travel host who will take us all on all of the adventures, all right? So there's 8 activities included total, and then there's 1 optional that I kind of threw in there for those of you guys who might like a little bit of extra relaxation. Okay. So that's the details. We will be launching it at the end of this week. So listen, the first couple of people actually, let me say it like this. The first 8 people that register, and you guys can pay for this trip with a firm. Okay. So you can pay over time. The first 8 people that register, y'all gonna get a discount. Boom. Let's go. All right. So let's talk about the Fallon and the Porsha and Dennis and the I was with the man for the year and the wife didn't even know it, allegedly. Let me put the alleged badge up here because y'all know how the streets be. Y'all know how the streets be, and I tell you all the time, nothing is real in life. It's all alleged. Okay, it's all alleged. What you're watching right now, alleged. I'm alleged. You're alleged. So there you go. Anyway, our friends over at the Bravo Shade Room happen to post this clip from the Baller Alert interview. Is the whole thing out or are they releasing clips? Because I need to go and find it for myself. But I'm going to tell y'all something. When interviews be like an hour or so long, I mean, okay, I'm guilty of it too. I don't always have time to watch them all because I'm watching shows. I am watching, looking out for news. I am doing other things. I'm trying to write. There's other books that I need to get written. And so there's a lot that's going on in the background for what I'm doing. So when I get these little tidbits of information, I just be like, okay, let's talk about it. So Fallon tells the people that Dennis told her, and she is, I'm assuming, a brand ambassador for Cognac, which is Dennis's cognac brand. Now, I mean, that's convenient. But anyway, listen, the rent is always due. Okay. The rent is always due. So listen, she says that Dennis told her that basically Porsha and Simon were allegedly dating or bumping and grinding, according to what she said, at least a year before she found out about it. Now, the wild thing is, this also includes the period of time where Fallon, we saw her on Real Housewives of Atlanta, was introducing Porsha to Simon and Tanya and I believe it was Lauren in the scene. Was it Lauren? I can't recall. They play the scene right. If you go click down in the link in this description, they play the scene right afterwards. So because basically in the scene, Fallon is saying, yeah, it's time for a ring upgrade because the ladies were, obviously mesmerized by the life of the, at least the way he was treating Fallon at the time. And she says that she remember, Porsha reacting like, and Porsha doesn't quite have that reaction. There's a different reaction that Porsha has. Anyway, the tea also is that apparently Dennis had to apologize to Fallon. I don't know if he had to or not, but he did, according to her, allegedly, because she said that he told her that Porsha said that Fallon knew that Porsha and Simon was bumping goodies. Okay. I bet you want my goodies. Bet you thought about it. Got you so hot and bothered. You can't talk around. What? Sierra, Sierra always got a jam. You know what I'm saying? Sierra always got a little bop. You know what I mean? Y'all ever seen Sierra in concert, by the way? I digress. Anyway, so of course, this is what Fallon is telling us, right? All right. So so that would at least go some way toward explaining why Fallon had said in a previous interview she know what she did. I would imagine if she is referring to that which she is saying that Dennis allegedly told her, then I would imagine that that's what it was. She also said that the producers have been trying to, get her to do Housewives for a couple of years. And so when they finally did, they asked her who she wanted to come in through, and she said, Porsha. Now, in my mind, I'm wondering to myself, ooh, girl, do you regret that now? I mean, because it's the telenovela of it all for me. When you really think about it, this is telenovela type stuff. I ain't gonna even shameless plug, but if you wanna get into some dirty, nasty shenanigans, go ahead and pre-order this book. But listen, who do y'all believe in this situation? Or do you even care? Or did you already know this? Y'all know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to call that good Tisa Tells because I feel like she know the real scoop on what's going on. So I might have to dive down into the DMs or and text that good old Tisa Tells and find out, what she can tell us about the whole timeline. Because I feel like she got the tea. Anyway, that's that on that. Y'all let me know what y'all think, okay? Let's talk about the Martel and Maurice of it all right? For those of you guys who are Love and the Marriage Huntsville fans. Now, y'all know yesterday, the trailer came out on Saturday it was, and gagged and gooped us all because I was sitting there watching that trailer like, I don't know how, listen, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Love and Marriage Huntsville is setting the blueprint for how to make reality TV in 2024, in the sense that they just get a couple of key elements right. Constantly bringing in new cast members to keep things fresh. If you bring in back somebody old, you got a whole fresh storyline for them to do. And then beefing up the cast in such a way that people that don't necessarily really want to vibe with each other ain't really got a vibe with each other. It's kind of like the way that Love and Hip Hop kind of runs to a certain degree, but way different. Let me say this, way different. Love and Hip Hop runs in such a way where it's so many people on that cast that you don't even know who the main cast members are, and you don't even have to worry if two cast members never get along, they don't ever have to see each other. So in this regard, I feel like Love and Marriage Huntsville does a great job of seamlessly integrating new cast members without making such big announcements, and they can do it because these, cast members are usually relatively unknown to the larger population of people who are watching. Now, having said that, Martell has some things to get off of his chest because he apparently did not like that scene where Miami Reese and Marceau were confronting him about what he had done with to Melody to have him end up in jail, okay, or at least something or other like that. And they're trying to reason with him, like, this, why are you doing X, Y, and Z, right? And he's like, well, she goes low, so I go lower, right? The problem with when one person go low, how low can you go? How low can you go? You got to get down on the floor. You got to get down on the floor. And that's the truth of the matter. You have to essentially get down on the floor or begin digging deep into the earth to continue to get lower. And the digger you deep into the earth, the lower you get, okay, then you just end up. And what if it start raining and now you in mud? Okay. Okay. So that's what happens, when you play the low can you go? How low can you go? I'm lower than the flow. Anyway, so Martell had posted this and said, "You're like Mel and I'm like Kiowa. So do you really understand what I'm going through?" We tried to dissect this yesterday, but because I don't really speak Martell, I couldn't get it. And based on the comments I looked at, neither could y'all. Anyway, Maurice has something to say. So he says, Martell, even with this analogy, I do understand. And I still hold firm. There's a better way. I would have to 100% agree with Miami Reese on this one because I do feel like there is a better way. Because at the end of the day, like I told y'all yesterday, I don't want that man in jail. I don't, he got kids, he got, mouths to feed, and he's responsible for, growing people, like, people who are growing, you know what I'm saying? And then they're going to see all of this. And it's going to be unfortunate because he's going to have to then explain what he did to put himself in that situation. So I understand being upset, mad, and in the heat of the moment, because of X, Y, or Z. But I do agree with Maurice in the idea that there has to be a better way. We like drama when we're talking about our reality TV, but I mean, we don't want to see when the drama gets to a place where it, like I told you, where it's how low can you go? I'm lower than the flow. Then I'm tripping up down there in the mud too. You know what I'm saying? I done got myself splashed on some mud, and I ain't even got on my rain boots today. You know what I'm saying? I'm wearing some Birkenstocks and well, I love Birkenstocks, but they got the big arch in it. Y'all ever realize that they got a big old arch in them Birkenstocks, and I got a flat foot, so that ain't always the best. Anyway, excuse that analogy. If you are new to the channel, you're gonna know that I digress all the time because I'm having fun, and it is what it is. So anyway, how low can you go? So Martell responds, and shout out to our friends over at OMFG Reality TV. This was occurring and popping off, right after I did the video yesterday. And I was like, well, dang, I can't do another video. Plus, I had went to the store and got me some champagne because I said, you know what, it's been a long weekend and I just need to relax, because I like me a cool, crisp glass of champagne. So anyway, Martell says, Miami Reese, you didn't feel, quote, there's a better way when, quote, you needed what you needed from your wife, you forcible guy, you. Fix it, Jesus, fix it like you said you would. Ooh. I'm not gonna lie, that was a burn. And yeah. Ooh, that one stung me a little bit, and it won't. I mean, ooh. Um. So Martell clapped back at Maurice. You know. Well, Um, ooh, so yeah, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Speaking of gooped and gagged, wow. Um, by the way, I new travel video out today. We took the the golden pass through Switzerland and extra read all about that. Wow. Wowzers. Wowzers. It's getting hot in here. Mm. Take another sip. Take off all your clothes. I am getting so hot. I'm gonna take my clothes off. So anyway, that's the tea for today. Listen, I don't know who y'all tell me who won the battle of the shade off. Okay. And be sure to tune in, tap in to the link in the description so you guys can be the first to get notified when we launch the trip. Cause those 8 spots gonna go like hotcakes. The whole itinerary is here. It's here. Accommodations here. Everything is here. All your questions answered here. Okay. The trip will not be overly expensive at all in any way, shape, or form. I am also wanting you guys to be able to come and enjoy yourselves and just live and live and live and have a good time. So, with that being said, y'all know what to do. Tap the link in the description of this video, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and I will catch you, of course, in the next one.